Hello YouTube, so today I've got 4 really simple exercises you can use for your knee pain. So I'm going to play the video in a minute. I'm going through some rehab with a knee pain client who has had a recent meniscus injury from playing football, but these 4 exercises are applicable to a lot of different variations of knee pain. So yeah, hopefully you find this useful. Any questions, comments, feedback, just drop them in the comments down below. And if you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe, and then you'll see all the videos as soon as they pop up. Hello YouTube, so just a quick one from me today. I've got 4 really simple exercises that you can use for your knee pain that are going to be way more effective than stretching, foam rolling, taping, all the stuff you probably tried before. Okay, so this is the first exercise that I went through with this meniscus client. So this is just to get the knee moving and get the tibia, which is the big shin bone, rotating as well, because a lot of people think the knee just bends and straightens, so flexes and extends, but it also rotates, so as in the tibia rotates to the big shin bone, and that's very, very important for knee function and knee health, and a lot of people are very limited rotating through there. So play the video and just kind of chat through it. So what we want to be doing, setup position. This client has got this knee just out in front at roughly 90 degrees, and then he's got his hands just cupped around the meaty bit of his lower calf. So we're not going like all the way down at the Achilles, we're just going kind of above that, gripping it quite hard. And as he's driving his knee over his toe, he is steering his shin bone. So think about it like a steering wheel. He's got his hands cupped like this, and as he's driving that knee over the toe, he's going to just encourage that shin bone to turn inwards with his hands. You'll feel it moving if the grip is hard enough. Okay, so you'll see what he's doing here. So he's letting that knee coming over the toe, and then he's just encouraging. You'll see a bit of a grimace. It's just a little bit tight and a little bit painful for him, but nothing too crazy. He just eases back a little bit on the next one. Yeah. So as he's driving that knee over the toe, he's just encouraging that inward rotation of the tibia. Okay, so we do 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps each side, just to get some blood flow into the area, and again improve that rotation at the tibia. So we did that on both sides. Most people you'll find will be tighter. You'll be tighter on the internal rotation as opposed to the external, but it's just a really nice way to get the knee warmed up. So again, setup position, you're in like a lunge, this knee out in front roughly at 90 degrees, and then driving that knee over the toe. Don't force it, don't be aggressive with it, just encourage it to go over. Nice strong grip on the meaty part of the lower calf, and then encouraging it to internally rotate as you come over the knee. Okay, so that's what we did first, and then after that, what we did, there's a bit more movement stuff, but also some strength stuff. So we went into a short split squat variation. So barefoot, warming up body weight. The goal here was very, very simple. Again, all we wanted to encourage was this knee to go over the toe, not aggressively, but just as we're going through the movement. Okay, so nice and steady. As we get to this bottom position, we're thinking driving hard through the middle of the foot to push us back up to the top. And then as we get back up to the top, another key point, we're not fully straightening this leg, so we're keeping constant tension on the quad throughout. So it's a nice bit of strength work for the quads, but also we're getting some nice dorsiflexion and getting the knee bending, which is what we need it to do. Okay, again, just make sure you can manage this with minimal pain, so nothing above a 3 out of 10. You don't want to be in agony doing this. Okay, so that was the exercise number 2. We did 8 to 10 reps each side, set of that to warm up, and then we just added some dumbbells and just built from there. Really, really that simple. Again, all your weight is forward, so the back leg, if we just take it back a little bit there, the back leg is just an anchor for balance. So your weight shouldn't be back here. You can't really see his upper body. It should be over this front leg as this knee is going forward. Okay. Exercise number 3 from there. So another one that I use a lot. Medicine ball curls. So this is going to get the hamstrings working, but also the knee bending as well. So setup position. This is really, really important. So lying on your back, nice and relaxed, and then I want you to get a gentle tuck of that pelvis off the floor. I don't want you to use your abs to do that. So your abs should be nice and relaxed. They should be switched off. I want you to think about your hamstrings doing the work. Now, a good way to practice that, so before we even get onto the ball, just lie on your back, knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor, and then you're just going to practice that pelvic tuck. So little tuck off the floor. So imagine the waistband of your trousers or shorts are still on the floor, but the rest of your glute is off the floor. Maximum a centimetre or two off, so nothing really, really high. We want the hamstrings to be on and working really, really hard. We don't want the glutes to be on. So that's the key, okay? Then once you practice that, you can get into this position. So this client has got his hips just off the floor. So he's got that gentle tuck. And then in the setup position, he's got his heels on a ball that can roll. So we're using a football. You actually found something that worked. And then we're just starting with a slight knee bend. And then very simply, so hips are literally an inch off the floor. Hamstrings are on, working hard. He's just going to gently pull the ball back towards him. So we're getting this knee bending and we're getting the hamstrings working really, really hard. So you can see here his hips are just off, everything's shaking. And I want you to pull it all the way up. So your toes and the ball of your feet just here. So all the way, get as much knee bend as you can. And then nice and controlled, straighten back out the other way. Okay, not till you're fully straightened, just to the starting position. And we did 4 sets of 5 to 6 reps on that. Okay, so again, another common theme, getting the knee to bend and getting the muscles on the backside, so the hamstrings working hard as well, which is really, really important for knee stuff. Okay, so that's exercise number 3. And then the last one is a hold, which is going to get the calves working really, really hard. So this is a calf bridge. This exercise looks incredibly simple, but again, is really, really tricky when you get it correct. So setup position again is that gentle tuck of the pelvis off the floor. So again, abs are nice and relaxed. We're using the hamstrings to tuck that pelvis and just creep it off the floor. So waistband on the floor, everything else centimetre or 2 up and off the floor, okay? Once we've got the tuck nailed, then we're going to get into this position, okay? So what you'll notice, I'll just highlight this. This client's heels are just off the floor, okay? What that means is calves are working incredibly hard. So we get the gentle tuck, we get set up in this position. So start with your feet flat on the floor, and then I want you to lift the heels of both feet literally a centimetre, if that, off the floor. You can see how close they are to the floor here without touching. The lower you can get them, the better, without touching the floor. This will get the calves working really, really hard. If your calves aren't working hard, you're probably doing 1 or 2 things wrong. You're either lifting your heels too high, or you potentially have your hips too high off the floor, okay? So you've tucked too much using your glutes, your hips are really high off the floor, or your heels are too high, okay? So calves should be working hard. We started with this double leg variation, which is the easier one, and we did 3 to 4 sets of a 30 to 40 second hold. Once you've got good at these, you can obviously transfer to a single leg, which is where you just take 1 leg off, and it's obviously a lot harder. But yeah, we started with this, and then we'll build up to a single leg when he is strong enough. So yeah, 4 really simple exercises there. That was a sequence. I did have quite a few others that we did in the session, but it would take a long time to go through, and I feel like these are kind of the best bang for your buck ones I use with 99% of my knee pain clients. So I hope you found that helpful. Any questions or thoughts, just drop them in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel if you want more injury related content.